Welcome to the AI Efficient Tradie, Episode 8. This is the podcast for tradies who want less admin, more profit, and more time doing what they're actually good at. Now before you tune out and think that's not for me, mate, stick with me. Because I'm not talking about robots or anything scary. I'm talking about stuff you can use right now, on your phone, to save yourself hours every single week. The AI Efficient Tradie is all about giving you practical, noble ways to use AI in your trade business. Less time on paperwork, more money in your pocket, more time actually on the tools, or better yet, at home with the family. Today we are slowing things down a bit after our last episode and tackling what is genuinely one of the most exciting and most terrifying moments in any trade business, deciding to take on your first full-time employee or your next one. Whether you're a solo operator thinking about hiring for the first time, or you've got a small team and you're trying to figure out how to grow without everything falling on your shoulders, this episode is for you. Because here's the thing about growth in a trade business. It doesn't happen automatically just because you're busy. It happens when you build systems that let other people do the work to your standard, so you can focus on the stuff that actually requires you. And today, I want to show you how AI accelerates every part of that process. Let's get into it. Let's name the problem first. Most solo tradies who try to grow hit the same wall. They take on more work, maybe a second van, an apprentice, or a contractor, and instead of things getting easier, they get harder. More to manage, more to coordinate, more to worry about. The business grows, but the owner ends up more stressed, not less. Why? Because the business was built around one person. You. Every decision, every standard, every customer relationship lives in your head. There's no system. There's just you doing things the way you do them. And now you've got someone else who doesn't know how you do things, and you don't have time to teach them properly because you're still on the tools yourself. That's the bottleneck. And it's not a people problem. It's a systems problem. The person you hired isn't the issue. The issue is that the knowledge is still locked in your head instead of being in documents, checklists, and processes that anyone can follow. The good news? AI is the single best tool I've ever seen for getting the knowledge out of your head and into systems. And once you've got those systems, hiring becomes a completely different experience. You're not just hoping the new person figures it out, you've got a playbook. Before you hire anyone, there's a minimum level of documentation your business needs to have. I call it the systemisation threshold, the point where the most important parts of your business are captured in writing, not just living in your memory. This doesn't have to be a massive project. For a small trade business, you need 4 things: how you want jobs to be carried out from start to finish, how you want customers to be communicated with, what your quality and safety standards are, and how admin tasks like timesheets and job completion are handled. That's it. 4 categories. AI can help you document all of them. You describe how you do things in plain, rough language, and AI turns it into clear, professional documents. The SOPs we talked about back in episode 5. The induction pack. The communication templates. Once those exist, you can hand them to a new person on day 1. They're not guessing. They're not doing it wrong and you finding out 6 months later. They have a reference point, and you have a standard to hold them to. When you're ready to hire, AI can help you write a job ad that actually attracts the kind of person you want, not just anyone who needs a job. Most trade job ads are terrible. They list a bunch of requirements, mention a vague salary range, and say must have own tools. That's not going to attract a quality tradesperson. Quality people are usually already employed. You need to give them a reason to make a move. A good job ad sells your business as a place worth working. It talks about your culture, your equipment, your commitment to training, the quality of work you do. It speaks to what a good tradesperson actually cares about: interesting work, a well-run team, fair pay, and a boss who respects their skills. Tell AI about your business, what makes it a good place to work, what kind of work you do, what you offer, and ask it to write a compelling job ad. Then post it on Seek, Indeed, and in trade Facebook groups. The quality of applications will be noticeably better. One of the biggest decisions when you're hiring for the first time is what role to hire for. And a lot of tradies get this wrong. They hire another tradesperson to do the same work they're doing, when actually what would free them up more is an admin person or an apprentice. AI can help you think this through. Describe your typical week to an AI tool, how your time is split between on-tools work, quoting, admin, customer communication, and business management. Ask it to analyze where a hire would give you the most leverage. Often the answer surprises people. If you're spending 8 hours a week on quotes, emails, and admin, hiring a part-time admin person at $30 an hour could free you up to bill an extra 8 hours at your charge-out rate. The maths can make a very compelling case for a hire that you might not have considered. Once you have a team, AI continues to make the management side easier. Let me give you a few specific examples. First, performance feedback. One of the hardest things about being a first-time employer is giving feedback, especially when it's critical. You don't want to demotivate people. You don't want conflict. So a lot of small business owners avoid the conversation entirely, and then problems fester. AI can help you prepare for and structure these conversations. You describe the situation, the behavior, the impact, and the outcome you want, and it helps you frame a conversation that's direct but constructive. You go in prepared instead of winging it and hoping it lands well. Second, team communication. When you've got 2 or 3 people in the field, keeping everyone aligned takes constant effort. AI can help you write your weekly team briefings, your job site instructions, your safety reminders. Clear, professional, consistent communication, without you having to craft every message from scratch. Third, onboarding new hires. Every time you bring someone new on, AI helps you run the same quality induction process. Not whatever you can remember to tell them on the day. A structured program that covers your standards, your systems, and your culture, delivered consistently every time. I want to take a moment to talk about the mindset side of this, because it's important and it doesn't get discussed enough. Going from solo operator to employer is one of the biggest identity shifts a tradie can make. You go from being the best at what you do, on the tools, in control, accountable only to yourself, to being responsible for other people's livelihoods, their development, and their safety. That's a significant weight. And a lot of tradies resist it. They'd rather stay small and in control than take on the complexity of staff. And honestly, that's a legitimate choice for some people. Not everyone wants to build a big business. But if you do want to grow, if you want more revenue, more capacity, more options, at some point you have to step into that employer role. And the more prepared you are with systems and documentation, the easier that transition is. AI doesn't make the people side easy, but it removes so much of the friction around the system side that you can focus your energy on the human relationships, which is where the real leadership happens. 3 things this week for anyone thinking about growing their team. Number 1, do a time audit. For the next 3 days, write down how you spend every hour of your working day. Then paste it into an AI tool and ask it to tell you which parts of your week could be done by someone else. You might be surprised how much of your time is going on tasks that don't require your skills. Number 2, write down the 5 most important things someone needs to know to do your job to your standard. Don't overthink it. 5 things. Then ask AI to turn those 5 things into a 1-page SOP. That's the start of your training manual. Number 3, if you're actively looking to hire, open AI and ask it to write a job ad for your trade, your location, and the type of person you're looking for. Post it somewhere, even if you're not 100% ready to hire. Seeing who responds tells you a lot about the market. Time audit. 1 SOP. Job ad draft. 3 things. Go. Episode 9 is a really personal one. We are talking about work-life balance and burnout. What happens when the business takes over your whole life, and how AI and automation can help you start taking it back. If you've been running hard for a few years and you're starting to feel it, don't skip that one. Until next time, like and subscribe to the ARI Efficient Tradie. Less admin, more profit, more time. Catch you in the next one.